Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're bringing you a story about Amara and Mr. Dara, who she thought was her guardian angel or savior, but turned around that he was something else. He was trapping her and she was becoming a shadow of Mr. Dara. So today, the title of our story series, Trapped in His Promise. So we'll be telling you a story about Trapped in His Promise, how Mr. Dara trapped Amara in his promise. So you wouldn't want to miss out. As for my new subscribers, if you're just stopping by today, do well to subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and don't fail to like and share. And for my returning subscribers, I say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for always sticking around. I really value you and I acknowledge you every time. Thank you everyone for always stopping by my channel to listen to my story. I really appreciate. So in no time, let's just get the story started. Trapped in his promise, the vow that changed everything. In the quiet town of Adun, nestled between forgotten hills and broken dreams, lived a girl named Amara. Her name meant grace, but life had rarely been gracious to her. Her mother died during childbirth, and her father, once a proud mechanic, drank what remained of his sanity. The only color in Amara's world came from her dreams, wide and bright, painting hope on the canvas of her pain. But that was before him, before Dara. She met him on a rainy Thursday, the kind of day that makes everything smell like wet clay and regret. Her umbrella had given up in the wind, and her thin slippers had broken. She had just finished her last paper at the university and was on her way home, soaked and shivering, when a black SUV pulled up beside her. The window rolled down and there he was. "Get in," he said, like a command wrapped in velvet. Amara hesitated. He was a stranger, but something about his eyes, sharp yet sad, drew her in. Maybe it was the exhaustion in her bones, or the way the rain turned her thoughts into noise. But she obeyed. That was the moment her life rewrote itself. Dara was a man of few words and many secrets. He spoke with purpose, moved with precision, and watched the world like it owed him something. In the weeks that followed, he reappeared in Amara's life like a ghost with an agenda. He brought food when there was none, paid her rent when her landlord threatened to evict her, fixed the roof that leaked like her father's promises, all without asking for anything in return. "I don't understand," Amara said one evening as they sat in the small sitting room of her late mother's house. "Why are you helping me?" Dara stared into the candle's flame, his face unreadable. "Because I made a promise," he said, "one I intend to keep." That was the first time he heard him speak about the promise. He never said to whom or why it involved her. Every time he asked, he dodged with half-smiled and vague words like faith and death. But the more he gave, the deeper she sank. Soon, Dara became a constant in her life. He didn't just help, he controlled. He picked where she went, what she ate, who she spoke to. Slowly, softly, like his neck tightening its grip. When she tried to pull away, he would remind her, "I made a promise to protect you, and I don't break promises, Amara." It wasn't love, not really. It was something darker, something binding. The town whispered. Some said Dara was a drug lord. Others said he worked for dangerous politicians. Nobody knew his last name. Nobody dared ask. He walked like a ghost. He walked like a ghost through Adun, feared and untouchable, and Amara, she became his shadow. Then came the night everything shattered. She had snuck out to meet Tega, an old friend from university. They were catching up over suya and cheap wine when Amara felt it. That cold, familiar shiver. Dara was watching. He didn't cause a scene. He waited until she got home. Then he showed her what it meant to betray a man bound by promise. He didn't hit her. He didn't need to. His words cut deeper than any slap ever could. I told you, he whispered, pacing the room slowly. I don't break promises, but if you keep testing me, I will show you what it costs to break mine. She cried that night, not from fear, but from confusion. What was this thing between them? Love couldn't live in such chains, and yet she couldn't leave. Not when he had become the one thread holding her life together. And then, like fate playing its cruelest card, Amara found a box hidden in his wardrobe. She hadn't meant to snoop, but the drawer had jammed, and as she tried to close it, the box fell. It was a wooden box with initial carved on top, M.E. Inside were photographs of her as a baby, as a child, her mother holding her, smiling, a letter and an old dried flower. Her heart stopped. She flipped the photos over. Some had dates. The earliest was 1998, the year she was born. The handwriting on the back said, "She has her mother's eyes." Amara dropped the picture as if it burned her skin. Who was Dara to her mother? Why had he been following her since birth? The next day she confronted him. "I found the box," she said, holding it in shaking hand. He didn't look surprised. He knew this day would come. He said calmly, "Who are you?" Her voice cracked. "What is this? Why do you have pictures of me from when I was a baby? What promise are you really keeping?" Dara sat. For the first time he looked old and tired. "I loved your mother," he said. "Once a long time ago. She was the only person who ever believed I was more than what the world made me. But I failed her." Amara stared, unable to breathe. "She died giving birth to you. I wasn't there. I had left to find a better life for us. When I returned, it was too late. Your father blamed me, told me never to come near you." He looked up, eyes wet. "But I made a promise the night before I left. I told her, no matter what happens, I will always protect our child. That promise, it became my prison." Amara backed away, the room spinning. "You are saying you are? What? My father?" "No," Dara said. "Not by blood, but by choice." She ran that night, packed a small bag and fled. She didn't care where, just away. But Dara was always one step ahead. She barely made it to the bus park when a man in black blocked her path. "Madam, Oga says you're not allowed to leave." She screamed, caused a scene. A crowd gathered, but the man simply stepped back, made a call, and disappeared. 10 minutes later, the police arrived, not to help her, to take her back. Apparently, she was under protective surveillance for mental instability. That was the story. A signed medical report, a fake one. Dara had turned her life into a gilded prison, and the worst part, she didn't even know how to escape. Days passed, then weeks. Amara stopped fighting. She played the part, obedient, smiling, soft-spoken, but inside she was planning, waiting and watching. She had no phone of her own, no internet access. Dara had blocked every but he had one weakness: trust. He believed in his promise. believed she would stay because of it. So she smiled, made him believe she was broken enough to be safe, until one night, when he was away on a business trip, she found a key, a real one, to a secret he had built but never used. Why? Why build a way out and never offer it? Unless, unless he knew she would need it one day. Unless some part of him knew he couldn't hold her forever. She copied the files, memorized the plan, and on the last Sunday of July, Amara vanished. She slipped out before dawn, took a local boat across the river, and vanished into the borderlands. For weeks, she lived like a fugitive, changing names, moving cities, hiding in safe houses she found through the files Sarah had hidden. She almost made it out of the country, almost, until she saw him, standing by a cave in Benin City, calm, smiling, waiting. He didn't run, he didn't shout, just raised a hand in greeting. I told you, he said gently. I always keep